Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Change Dude podcast. I am your host Saeed Rafe, and today we are diving into a topic that's reshaping the landscape of front-end development. The evolving role of front-end developers in a DevOps-driven world. If you are a front-end developer or someone aiming to become one, this episode will resonate with you. And even if you are not, you will get some valuable insights into the future of software development and how front-end developers are adapting. We are going to break this down today in a few key areas. What DevOps means for front-end development, the skills front-end developers now need in the DevOps ecosystem, how the line between front-end and back-end is blurring, popular DevOps tools that every front-end developer should be aware of, and the evolving responsibilities of front-end developers in the context of product delivery and continuous deployment. Alright, so let's dive into the ecosystem of DevOps for front-end developers. Let's start by defining what DevOps actually means, especially from the perspective of a front-end developer. Traditionally, DevOps is this idea of bringing development and operations together. It's all about breaking down the silos between writing code and deploying it in production environments. It focuses on automating and integrating processes, which means developers can now be more involved in deployment, monitoring, and maintenance, not just coding. But here's the thing, front-end developers are often viewed as just the UI UX people. You build the interface, hand it off, and that's it. But in a DevOps world, this approach is changing dramatically. We are no longer just responsible for how things look, but also for how things work in production. And why should front-end developers care? Because DevOps isn't just a back-end or operations thing anymore. More and more front-end applications are tightly integrated with the back-end via APIs, microservices, and serverless functions. What happens in production affects how your app performs, so being part of the DevOps cycle means that you are delivering better products to users faster and with fewer bugs. Take continuous integration and continuous deployment, or CI/CD pipelines, for instance. Traditionally, we think of CI/CD as something backend engineers handle. But guess what? Front-end developers are now responsible for ensuring their code can seamlessly move through these pipelines too. A small bug in your React or Vue.js code can break an entire production system. DevOps gives us tools to detect and fix these issues before they can even happen. Now let's talk about skills. What does a front-end developer need to thrive in a DevOps-driven environment? First up, version control. If you are a front-end developer and still not comfortable with Git, GitHub, or GitLab, you are in trouble. DevOps relies heavily on version control for collaboration and automation. Every single piece of code you write needs to be tracked, branched, and merged efficiently. This is critical for building pipelines that automatically deploy your code to production environments. Next, automation is huge. Front-end developers in a DevOps setup should understand how to automate testing, linting, and even deployment processes. Tools like Webpack, Jenkins, or GitHub Actions are essential. Imagine you are pushing a new feature in React and it's automatically tested for issues, bundled, and deployed, all without your intervention. That's the future, and it's already happening. Another area to focus on is containerization. If you are not familiar with Docker, now is the time to dive in. Containerization allows you to package your front-end application with all its dependencies, making it easier to deploy consistently across different environments. Whether it's a React app or a Vue.js project, Docker helps ensure that it behaves the same way in development, staging, and production. Lastly, monitoring and observability. Front-end developers need to know how their applications are performing in real time. Tools like Datadog or New Relic allows us to see how users are interacting with our app, identify performance bottlenecks, and even trace API calls to ensure everything is working as expected. In a DevOps environment, you are not just shipping features, you are monitoring them in real time. Here is something we need to acknowledge. The line between front-end and back-end is becoming increasingly blurred, or it is a bit different from how it used to be. Modern front-end development isn't just about creating a pretty UI UX. We are dealing with complex state management, API integrations, server-side rendering with frameworks like Next.js, and even back-end logic in some cases. Take serverless functions, for instance. In the past, a front-end developer would rely entirely on the back-end team to handle logic like form submissions or API requests. But now, with platforms like AWS Lambda, Vercel, and Netlify, front-end developers can write their own server-side logic without needing a traditional back-end infrastructure. This means you are not just responsible for the user experience or user interface anymore, you are handling the entire user experience from the interface to the data layer. The shift to microservices and APIs also plays a role here. Front-end developers need to work closely with back-end teams to ensure that the APIs they are consuming are well documented, consistent, and reliable. You can no longer just pass off the back-end as someone else's problem. In many cases, front-end developers are the ones setting the requirements for how these APIs should behave, based on user needs. Alright, let's shift gears and talk tools. If you are a front-end developer entering the DevOps world, what are the must-have tools in your toolkit? Number 1. Webpack. It's a module bundler that helps you package all your JavaScript, CSS, and other assets. In a DevOps setup, having a tool like Webpack ensures your application is optimized for production environments with features like code splitting, lazy loading, and hot module replacement. Second is Jenkins. This is a widely used automation server that helps you create CI/CD pipelines. You can set up Jenkins to automatically run your front-end tests, build your app, and deploy it to production. It's an essential tool for any DevOps pipeline. Number 3 is GitHub Actions, a built-in CI/CD service within GitHub that allows you to automate, build, and deploy your projects directly from your GitHub repository. Perfect for front-end developers working in open source or small to medium projects. Number 4 is Docker. We mentioned this earlier, but it's worth repeating. Docker allows you to package your application along with all its dependencies. This ensures consistency across different environments and makes your app much easier to deploy. Number 5. Kubernetes. For more advanced DevOps setups, Kubernetes is a container orchestration tool that helps manage your Docker containers at scale. If your front-end app relies on a microservices architecture, Kubernetes becomes essential for managing the containers that run both your front-end and back-end services. Number 6, New Relic and Datadog. These type of tools help monitor the performance of your front-end applications in real time. They provide insights into how users are interacting with your application, where bottlenecks occur, and how to improve the overall user experience. These tools allow us as front-end developers to integrate more deeply into the DevOps pipeline, giving us control over not just the code we write, but how it performs and behaves in production. So, what does this all mean in terms of our evolving responsibilities as front-end developers? We are no longer just coders. We are becoming an integral part of the product lifecycle. We write the code, yes, but we also ensure that the code can be deployed seamlessly, runs efficiently in production, and provides users with an exceptional experience. We are also learning to collaborate better with backend and operations teams. Communication is critical in a DevOps environment. The days of "I just built the UI" are over. We are now responsible for understanding how our work fits into the broader product, and that means being involved from development through to deployment and beyond. To wrap up, being a front-end developer in today's DevOps-driven world means evolving. It means taking ownership of your code from development to deployment and anything in between and afterwards. It's challenging, but incredibly rewarding. We are not just building interfaces anymore. We are shaping user experiences at every level, from the first click to the last API call. Next time, we are diving into something equally exciting: test-driven development versus behavior-driven development. I'm going to walk you through these two powerful methodologies and show you how they can transform the way you approach testing in development. If you like this episode, please subscribe, share it with your network. Until then, keep embracing the change, and I'll see you in the next episode next week. This is your host, Said Rafe, signing off.